From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz
Yes.
and Mocha.
it's Roz Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno
This
Mars.
is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
It's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is,
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Vanya, hello, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hi, how are you?
Good, what's going on with you? Why are you here?
Full house. I don't know if I have room to think or fart.
Jeez. Wow. You wrote us this. Hey, Roz and Mocha, fix my life. I was married for 20 years and recently divorced about 2 years ago. I've since sold my house and moved in with my parents, and things are very complicated. I have no privacy, and they don't respect boundaries. They're Portuguese and have always been strict. I have two daughters, 16 and 13, and let's just say it's a full house. I also have a boyfriend who also has a daughter, but I think it's too soon to live together. Do I stay home living with my parents or do I move out? There's friction at the moment with my parents and the boundaries, but also they would get offended if I moved out to rent a place instead of saving money to buy a house. Wow. How old are you?
44.
44, and you're going through this? Jeez.
So what would happen, though, if you were to say, I found a place and we're moving?
I think it would just be in their mentality. It's like you can stay here and just, why are you going to waste money renting when you have a house? And you can just, yeah.
Yeah, but it's driving you crazy, though, right?
100%.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I mean, you can have conversations and everything, but at the end of the day, it's their house.
Exactly. And I don't have my own space, and it's just been really hard. And obviously, buying right now is not easy.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so it's just like I don't know what to do because like I don't know what conversation I should have to them to kind of say like maybe we should have some boundaries, but I'm kind
Well,
of
I think maybe that's part of the conversation, but at the same time, A, it's their house. B, they probably still look at you as, the daughter that they raised growing up as opposed to the 44-year-old woman who's got two kids of her own.
100%.
And you're trying to live that life while they are still being parents to you.
Exactly. Yeah, and my kids.
Yeah, I think that you just need to remind them that when you're 44 and have two teenage kids and you move back home with your mom and dad, it's temporary. Like I think that maybe they think that you can revert back to the roles that you guys had when you were growing up, which is the sort of like my house, my rules kind of thing. But one thing that I don't think that they're appreciating is that you also have your kids under that roof, and it's also your roof, your rules.
Exactly.
And in order for this to work, they have to step back. And it's very difficult to ask your old Portuguese parents to step back, but that's what needs to happen. And so if you say, hey, I got to move out because, there's no room to think or fart in this place, like you said, and if they're offended, I think that you just need to remind them that, one, you're not 13. And you fully respect them. And, oh, my God, thank you for allowing us to do this. And you will always be appreciative of it. Like always, 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 that this makes them incredible parents to take this on when really they got rid of all the kids long ago. But as much as it is your dad's house with his rules, it's also your house with your rules because you're a parent. And your ability to parent in that house is way more important than your father's ability to parent you.
Got it, yeah.
And then turn around and tell them to shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah,
How do you think
that.
your Portuguese dad would react to you saying that to him?
Now, when you said at the beginning of this that you live in a full house and you don't have room to think or fart, like how difficult is the farting part of all of this?
Well, I do have a room to myself, but that's it. Other than that, I don't have a little space where I can hang or
I couldn't
anything
imagine
like that.
living somewhere where I couldn't fart, to be honest with you. Like that's like just a fundamental right of being an adult.
Explain like the layout. Are you and your kids like in the basement, or are you all kind of sharing the entire home?
We're sharing the entire home, so that's why it's very difficult.
Oh, okay. So your parents have their bedroom, and you have a bedroom and your kids have a separate bedroom, or are you and your kids sharing?
No, the kids share. I have my own with my old, bedroom from before.
Yeah.
But it's also like, when if I go out and come back in, like, oh, where are you going? Or when you're coming back, like that kind of thing. And I'm like, 44.
No, that doesn't, I would just shut that down immediately. Honestly, I would walk up to your dad, put the hand in the face and go, don't do that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm 44 years old. That is not acceptable. When are you going to be home?
Just be sarcastic, saying I'm going to go hang out with my friends and drink lots of liquor and do drugs.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And before we let you go, do not make the mistake of moving in with your boyfriend because it's only convenient.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
It's not going to work out. That's not going to work out.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I would it's not even about boundaries. I think that you just, your parents do this and it's a form of manipulation and it's borderline abuse, to be honest with you. When parents hold this like guilt or power over adult children, it's a complete power trip. And I think that you need to shut that down.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that part.
Yeah.
Because I always get that answer. Well, we do so much for you, and you do. Yeah, you do. But not this. I don't need you to do this for me. Thank you so much, guys.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Okay, you too. Bye bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
On Kiss.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is,
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Oh, Renee, we've been waiting all day to talk to you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to FML. Tell everyone what is going on and why you're here.
Well, who's ready for some wedding drama?
Yes. There we go.
Wedding drama. You wrote us this. Hey, Roz and Mocha, Fix My Life. In 2019, my husband and I planned a September 2020 wedding, but the pandemic disrupted our plans, causing stress due to the deposits and date changes. We eventually had a small, intimate ceremony with only 10 guests due to the restrictions, leading to a strained relationship with some of my closest family members who cut off all communication for the last 2.5 years because they weren't invited. They blame me for the family divide, leaving me with unresolved feelings. I'm torn between closing the door on reconciliation or reaching out to mend the relationship.
Damn.
So who got the cut?
So it was my closest aunt,
Yeah.
my mom's sister, and two of my first cousins.
Okay, so who was there?
It was just my husband and I. Our officiant was included in the 10. Our parents, and then my one sibling and his one sibling.
Okay, so tell all those other people to get bent.
I know.
They're second-tier family.
Uh-huh.
It has been such a struggle trying to understand it myself. I really didn't think that it was that big of a deal. We kind of pre-warned everyone what our decision was going to be.
If you got on the phone with your aunt, right? And you said, "Hey, Aunt, I don't know, Barbara." If you ran through the 10 people that you were allowed to have there, including you, your husband, and the officiant, if you ran through the 10 people and then asked your aunt, who do you think you should have replaced?
That's a good question.
She wouldn't have an answer. The only answer she would have, I guarantee you, the only answer she would give is, well, I'm your mom's sister. I've known you since you were a baby. I looked after you when you were young. I should have been there.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Yes. See, I know.
Yeah. But who would she have replaced, right? So I think that's a big question. And I know other people who went through this, which is when the restrictions happened and you guys were all planning on getting married and then it got canceled and deposits and you had to move it. When you wind up having these small weddings, there are people within your family who feel that for them, you should have waited until you could have had a bigger wedding, which to me is another
that's ridiculous.
Massive overstep.
That's just being selfish. What's the conversation like in this situation? You're talking about your aunt, your mom's sister, with your mom. Has her relationship strained with her own sister over this?
It is, yeah.
Really?
So unfortunately, yeah, my aunt really took a very small, I think, situation that she could have just tried to have some understanding in and blew it up.
Yeah.
And it definitely affected my mom and hers relationship.
But your mom's on your side, right?
Yeah, my mom's on my side, but I think she's also ready to try to have a relationship again with her sister. It's her sister. Mm-hmm. So I definitely don't want to come in between that, but it's awkward and it makes things more difficult because it was a situation that just involved us directly, and then she made it about everyone else. Kind of thing.
I think that I think that if any sort of damage control is going to happen and you guys are going to repair relationships, I don't know if reason is going to be the thing, because obviously she knows, your aunt knows that she's not pissed at you, she's pissed at the situation, and she is also pissed at that you had to pick 10 and she wasn't in your top 10, even though she probably for your entire life has always felt that she's at least in the top 10. And so she's like, wow, maybe I don't have the relationship that I thought I did with you. Maybe I'm not important as you've led me to believe. How do I not make it to top 10? But I think that when you break it all down and you put the names of those 10 people on a piece of paper and just say, hey, listen, this is what we are working with. Who would you replace?
That's a really good question. I think I'm actually going to use that.
And just say, it's, believe me, if it's heartbreaking for her, it was more heartbreaking for you to have to say to say no. But this is the situation that we were all in. And it was not meant to minimize her impact on your life or her relationship or the care that she's given you. It was, you had literally 10. That's all it was. The only thing that matters in all of this is that number. You had 10. That's it.
Yeah, at that point, I felt like my hands were tied, and I tried my best to try to make them understand and explain that it definitely was not an easy decision for my husband or myself, because he has 2 other siblings that we couldn't have there, and obviously that hurt him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. We couldn't have our grandparents. There was a lot of sacrifice that we had to make in order to just say, you know what, okay, let's just do the most important thing now, which is get married, and then we'll have the party next year. Mm-hmm. But then that didn't happen. But you know what I mean?
Oh, so it didn't happen. So are you going to?
No, a few months later, I found out I was pregnant.
Hey, congratulations!
Daughter.
That's great news. Though.
Yes.
This is all good news all around.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. So I would never, trade any or change the situation if it meant that we would have our daughter. So
yeah.
I'm happy my decision that way, but.
Yeah,
it
you should
definitely
be.
Caused a lot of risk.
Yeah. You can fix this, though.
All right, Renee.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I really
worries.
appreciate it.
Girl, I love wedding drama so much. Because people go crazy.
I know, right?
All right, love you, girl. Congratulations again.
Thank you, guys. Love you guys so much.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Yo, Mickey, what's going on? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
All right, you sound like you're in good spirits. Why are you here? Why are you on FML?
I need to know how I balance my side business and my friend's financial need.
Oh, wow. You wrote this. Hey, Roz and Mocha, Fix My Life. I started a side business earlier this year with a friend, and it's become quite successful with multiple events per month. However, this busy schedule is taking a toll on my personal life, and I want to scale it back. Originally, it was meant to be a fun way to make extra money. Now it feels like a second full-time job. My friend who is in debt relies on the income, though. How can I communicate that I need to reduce my involvement while still wanting to be part of the business?
What is the business?
So it's permanent jewelry.
What does that mean?
So it's like bracelets, anklets, necklaces, but there's no clasp to it. So it gets welded on, and that's the permanent factor to it.
Oh, so you put it on, you can never take it off.
Exactly.
Yeah,
well, you could if you really wanted to.
Until you trip down the stairs and the paramedics cut it off.
Right.
I've had that happen. I've had doctors cut tons of jewelry off me in the past.
Really?
Yeah.
The reason. So you said it's taking a toll on your personal life. Do you have another job on top of this side hustle?
So I have a full-time job. I have 2 kids.
Oh, wow.
And I did have a previously other side business, but that's now put on the back burner even more.
And so you want to what? You want to scale back. So you guys are like equal in this? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we're 50-50. I want to scale back on events because it's just physically exhausting. Every weekend, something going on, and I just can't keep that pace.
Okay, so is there a way to sort of restructure the responsibilities? Meaning, I don't know who takes care of the logistics of booking the events, all that other stuff, replying to clients, all of this kind of stuff, and then who runs the event. Like, do you guys do everything, sort of the tasks 50-50 as well?
Yes.
So why don't you sit down and say, hey, listen, the thing that's killing me is doing these events because my life doesn't lend itself well to being out in the evenings with a full-time job and 2 kids. So what if I sort of pick up the bulk of the stuff I can do from home during the or in the office where you're returning emails, scheduling stuff, and then they can take care of the event part of it.
Like be the face of the product.
Which I kind of do now, but then I feel guilty with her going to events by herself all the time.
Who's making the stuff, the product? Is it both of you?
Yes.
Okay. And is that would that be something that you could still manage if you were to shift some of the responsibility?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
it might be worth, you haven't had a convo with her yet. You never know. You may bring that up and she'll be like, yeah, cool, no problem.
Well, I have had a conversation with her and said, I need to slow down. How about you do private events, whatever?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, well, I need the money.
Right.
Are you guys in a position right now where you could hire somebody part-time to help only with those events that keep popping up?
I think we could, but then that cuts into her profit.
But then you could just do more events.
True.
I think that I think that if the business is doing well, the object isn't to scale back. The object is to scale up, right? And if it's you guys are crushing these 3 events, a month or whatever it is, why not do 6? And then that way you can bring somebody else in to take a little bit of the workload and the hours, because the thing that you're never going to be able to negotiate for is time. Right? Something like this, where it's 2 people, it just needs your time. And there's no way around that. It's either hours in the evening or hours during the day. It is your time. So I think that if you're going to scale up, you need to bring in somebody who is going to be able to fill those hours. And then you guys can worry about doing more events.
Yeah, that would actually be a good idea.
Instead of don't frame it as I need to pull back, frame it as I think we can go bigger, but what I need to be able to do is not do events. So if we can up this from say 3 a month to 5 a month, I think we can afford to bring somebody else in. You're not going to lose any more money, probably make a little bit of more money, and then we can work on building the business as opposed to exhausting ourselves, because right now we're both maxed out.
Right.
That seems fair to me.
I think so. Yeah, that I never actually thought about scaling up.
Right.
Yeah.
It was always back.
Yeah.
Because what happens if this company just keeps rising and rising and rising, right? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to have to eventually bring somebody else in to help you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't start it to not grow.
Yeah, I guess it was always just supposed to be a side small thing, right? And then now it's grown bigger, and the idea to grow bigger was never actually discussed.
Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah. Huh.
All right, Mickey.
I think about that. Thank you.
All right, girl. Thanks for reaching out. Have a great day.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.